Welcome to the video series of Maths for Standard 9th. And today we are going to start the new chapter of Maths 2nd, that is 5th chapter, quadrilateral. You have studied different type of quadrilaterals like rectangle, square, rhombus, parallelogram, trapezium, kite, etc. Now you have learned the properties of all these quadrilateral also. What new thing we are going to learn in this chapter is that all the properties which you have learned before previous classes or the properties which you are going to learn in this chapter, these all the properties we are going to give a logical proof. Means we are going to prove this property in the form of theorem. So before starting to learn the properties of different quadrilaterals, let's start with the basic thing which we need to know about the sides and angles of the quadrilateral. This is the quadrilateral ABCD. Let's learn some terms about the sides and angles. That is opposite sides, opposite angles, adjacent sides and adjacent angles. So first we'll see what is meant by opposite sides. The sides of the quadrilateral which are in front of each other, like AB and DC. These are the two sides which are in front of each other. They are called as opposite sides. Like AD and BC, they are also in front of each other, so they are also called as opposite sides. So these are the pair of opposite sides. Let's write this pair of opposite sides. First pair will write side AB and side BC. Second will write side AD and side AD and side BC. Now here we'll learn now the next term, that is opposite angles. Similar to sides, the opposite angles are the angles which are in front of each other in a quadrilateral. So there are two pair of opposite angles, angle A and angle C, angle B and angle D. We can write three letter name of these angles also, but for time being let's write one letter name. So we'll write here opposite angles. So which are the opposite angles? First one. Is your answer ready in the mind? Yes. Angle A and angle C. Angle DAB and angle BCD. Let's write only one letter name, so that you will remember properly. Then angle B and angle D. So this is about the opposite sides and opposite angles. Let's revise about adjacent sides and adjacent angles. In a quadrilateral ABCD, if you see here, side AD and side AB, they are making one angle, or they are including one angle, that is angle A. Similarly, side AB and side BC, they also include one angle, common angle, that is angle B. Side DC and side AD, they include the angle D. Side DC and BC, they include the angle C. In other way, these sides AD and AB, they are close to each other, near to each other, starting from one common point. Similarly, side AB and side BC, they also, if we draw side AB and BC, they have one common point, that is B. So they are very near to each other, they are adjacent to each other. So these are the pair of adjacent sides. Similarly, angles. The angles which are near to each other are adjacent angles. Now this angle A and angle B, they are including one side, AB. They are pair of adjacent angles. Angle B and angle C, they are including one side, therefore they are adjacent angles. Let's write all the four pair of adjacent angles and sides. So first pair will write, that is side AD and side AB. Second one, AB and BC. Similarly, BC and DC. And the last pair, side AD and side DC. Now, these four pair of adjacent sides, you have to understand what is meant by adjacent sides and you have to keep in your mind, because this is going to help you for proving the theorems. Let's say adjacent angles, angle A and angle B. Let's write one letter name to understand, to keep in mind very well. Angle B and angle C, these are the adjacent angles. This is one pair, second pair, third pair will write angle D and angle C, fourth pair A and D, angle A and angle D. So like this way, we can write here the pair of four adjacent sides as well as pair of four adjacent angles. Let's see what is parallelogram by definition. A quadrilateral in which opposite sides are parallel is a parallelogram. This is the quadrilateral PQRS. This is a parallelogram because here the opposite sides, side PQ is parallel to SR and side PS is parallel to QR, and therefore this is a parallelogram. This definition of parallelogram you have to keep in the mind for rest of the study of different properties. Method of drawing parallelogram. One of the method we'll see here. Let us draw segment AB and segment BC of any length and making angle of any measure between them. Draw an arc with compass with center A and radius BC. Similarly, draw an arc with center C and radius AB intersecting the arc previously drawn. Name the point of intersection of two as D. Draw AD and segment CD, and this is the quadrilateral ABCD, that is ready. Whenever you will draw the quadrilateral for proving the theorems or solving the example, it will be a rough diagram of the parallelogram, but parallelogram is drawn in this way also. Let's see the property of parallelogram. First theorem we'll see, that is opposite sides and opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. So here we need to draw the diagram of a parallelogram, because here the given thing in this statement is the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So we'll write here given quadrilateral ABCD. We have named this ABCD. So quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. What is the meaning of parallelogram? What is the definition of parallelogram? By that definition, opposite sides, that is side DC parallel to side AB, side DA parallel to side CB. That is the quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Next, what we have to prove? We have to prove the property of opposite sides and angles, that is they are congruent. So this is the property which we have to prove. Opposite sides and opposite angles are congruent. Now, to prove, we will write here segment AD congruent to segment BC. Segment AD congruent to segment BC, opposite sides. Second pair, DC congruent to AB. Segment DC congruent to segment AB. Similarly, we will prove here opposite angles. Angle ADC congruent to CBA. ADC, this angle congruent to its opposite angle, that is B. You can write the name ABC or angle CBA. One more pair will show congruent, that is angle DCB congruent to angle DAB. DCB congruent to DAB. So like that, here to prove this, we need to do the construction, and this construction is to draw the diagonal. any of the diagonal you can draw. Here I have drawn diagonal AC. So now let's see the proof of this. Now here we have quadrilateral ABCD, in which by the definition of parallelogram we can say that side DC is parallel to side AB and AC is a transversal. So that will write here. Because of this we will get two triangles here. That is triangle ADC and triangle ABC. Now as the sides are parallel and this is the transversal, we can write here, recalling our previous knowledge, that is angle DCA, this angle is congruent to angle BAC, that is the alternate angles by alternate angle theorem. Then similarly angle DAC is congruent to angle BCA. These are alternate angles by alternate angle theorem. So here we will write this, both the pair of alternate angles, they are congruent to each other. Now here in this both the triangle ADC and triangle CBA, you can write any name of the triangle. Here ADC or CDA, if you want to write DAC, that also you can write. In this both the triangles we have to prove that they are congruent to each other, because we have to prove here the opposite sides are congruent, opposite angles are congruent. So if we want to show some sides are congruent or angles are congruent, we have to use the test of congruency of the triangles. So that similar test of congruency of the triangle we'll use here. So that is the reason we have done the construction, so that we'll get here two triangles. Now let's prove that both the triangles are congruent to each other by using the test of congruency of triangles. Here already we have angle DCA congruent to BAC, DCA congruent to BAC, alternate angles. Then side AC is congruent to side AC, that is the common side. Then second pair of alternate angle is there, that is DAC and angle BCA. DAC congruent to angle BCA. So these two angles are congruent to each other because they are alternate angles. So here we can clearly say that both the triangles are congruent by angle side angle test of congruency of the triangle. So that will write triangle ADC congruent to triangle CBA by ASA test. After showing both the triangles are congruent, what is our aim to prove? That we can prove by the reason, that is CSCT and CACT. Let's see. So we can prove that side AD congruent to side CB as well as side DC congruent to side AB by CSCT. CSCT are known corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Like that way we can prove angle ADC congruent to angle CBA. Opposite angles we have proved that they are congruent by CACT, corresponding angles of congruent triangle. Now another pair is remaining, that is angle A and angle C. To show that they are congruent, we can prove that. So we will only write here now that similarly we can prove that angle DAB is congruent to angle DCB. For that purpose, we have to draw the another diagonal, that is diagonal BD. So if you do the construction of diagonal BD, you are able to prove here that angle DAB is congruent to angle DCB. So therefore, opposite angles as well as opposite sides of the parallelogram are congruent to each other. Now here, this property you have to remember, you have to learn, you have to keep in mind, so that you will use this property for proving the next property of parallelogram. So let's see the next property of parallelogram. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So here we have to prove this theorem, diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. So what is the quadrilateral given here? Type of quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So this is the given thing. We will write here given thing. We'll draw a quadrilateral which is a parallelogram. We'll give the name PQRS. So quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. Now the property of parallelogram, that is regarding diagonals, we have to prove diagonal bisect each other. So it is very necessary to draw the diagonals, both the diagonal of this quadrilateral. So we'll draw the diagonals PR and QS, and the point of intersection is given the name O. That also we'll write here. Diagonals PR and QS bisect each other at point O. Now here we have to prove that the diagonal bisect each other. It means the segment PO is congruent to RO, segment SO is congruent to QO. So that will write here what is to prove. Both the segments which we want to prove they are congruent, that will write. Bisect means the diagonal PR is bisected by diagonal QS, means diagonal PR is divided into two equal parts, PO and RO. Similarly, diagonal PR is bisecting diagonal SQ or QS, means SO and QO are two equal parts. They are congruent to each other, that we have to prove here. For this purpose, we have to select here suitable pair of triangles. As we have to prove that some sides are congruent to each other, we'll take help of here the test of congruency of the triangles. So we'll need here two triangles. The suitable pair of triangles we'll select here, in which PO, SO, QO and RO are the sides. So here we'll select the two triangles, that is triangle. These two triangles will select. Name of the triangle will write triangle POS and ROQ. POS and ROQ. Okay. Here the correspondence will see P corresponds to R. So triangle POS and triangle ROQ, we have to show that they are congruent to each other. By definition of parallelogram, PS is parallel to QR, and here QS is a transversal as well as PR is a transversal. So because of that, we'll get here alternate angles. We'll make use of alternate angles and property of the parallelogram, and we'll prove that both the triangles are congruent. First one we'll see angle OPS congruent to ORQ. Angle OPS congruent to angle ORQ. ORQ. This one. Alternate angles. Similarly, by the property of the parallelogram, opposite sides of the parallelogram are congruent. So we write here PS congruent to QR. Second element of both the triangle, we have shown that it is congruent. Third element we'll write here, that is angle PSO and RQO. PSO is congruent to RQO. This is also, both are the alternate angles. So these two alternate angles, and these opposite sides, they are congruent to each other. So both of these triangle POS and ROQ are congruent to each other by angle side angle test, ASA test. So once we have proved that both the triangles are congruent, we can prove here now that this segment PO congruent to segment RO as well as segment SO congruent to QO by CSCT, corresponding sides of congruent triangle. Therefore, we can prove that diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. Remember the properties of parallelogram. Opposite sides and opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. Adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Let's have a look at some of the examples from practice set 5.1. First example is here, that is diagonals of a parallelogram WXYZ. We'll draw here parallelogram WXYZ intersect each other at point O. So let's draw the diagonal and name the point of intersection as O. Angle XYZ, this angle XYZ is 135, that is given thing. Then what is the measure of angle XWZ? Let's mark it in the diagram. XWZ, this one. We have to find out measure of angle XWZ. And YZW, this one. length OY is 5 centimeter. This length OY is 5 centimeter. Then what is the length of WY? Okay. So here we are going to use the properties of the parallelogram which we have learned. So let's see how can we solve this. Angle XYZ is given 135 degree. Its opposite angle, that is angle XWZ. These two are opposite angles, pair of opposite angles. So they are congruent. As we have learned, opposite angles of parallelogram are congruent. So therefore, what is the measure of angle Y? That is the measure of angle W. Therefore, we will write here angle XYZ is 135. Angle XYZ congruent to angle XWZ. The reason we have to write opposite angles of parallelogram are congruent. Or you can write here opposite angles of parallelogram. That's why we have written here congruent. So angle XWZ is also 135 degree. So here we have found one measure of one angle. Now we have to find out this angle Z. If you see in the diagram, angle Y and angle Z, these both are adjacent angles. Similarly, angle W and Z, these are also adjacent angles. You can use any pair of adjacent angle because you are knowing both of these angles measure. Let's see, suppose Y and Z, these two angles we are considering, they are adjacent angles. Property of the adjacent angle is that the adjacent angles are supplementary. Means their sum is 180 degree. So here we'll write sum of these two angles is 180 degree. Three letter name we'll write here. Angle XYZ, XYZ plus angle YZW, YZW. Together their sum is 180 degree. We have to write the adjacent angles. You can continue here. Adjacent angles are supplementary. Fill the value. Angle XYZ 135 and we can find out here angle YZW 180 minus 135, that is angle YZW is 45 degree. The remaining one, that is the diagonal, we have to find out. Length OY is given. We have to find out WY. We have learned the properties of the parallelogram, that is the diagonal property. Diagonals of the parallelogram bisect each other. Means here OY is 5 centimeter, so its double will be WY because WO and YO both are of same measure. So here we can write length of WY is equal to double of length OY because this WY is bisected by the another diagonal XZ. And so we'll write here length of WY is equal to 2 into 5, that is 10 centimeter. Of course we have to write the reason here, that is diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So in this way we can prove, we can use here properties of the parallelogram to find out whatever the measures are asked. Let's see the next example. In this second example, it is given quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Angle A is 3x plus 12 degree and B is 2x minus 32 degree. We have to find out angle C and angle D. So here in quadrilateral ABCD, as it is a parallelogram, we'll use the property of parallelogram. That is angle A and B, if you observe here, they are adjacent angles. So adjacent angles of parallelogram are supplementary. We'll write here angle A plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Substitute the values of angle A and B which are given here. We'll find the value of x, that is 40 degree. From this x is equal to 40 degree. If we substitute in the value of angle A 3x plus 12, we'll get angle A is equal to 132 degree. Similarly, angle B will get, after substituting value of x, as 48 degree. Now here we are asked to find angle C and angle D. To find the measure, again we have to use the property of parallelogram, that is opposite angles of parallelogram are congruent. So here in this quadrilateral, angle A is congruent to angle C, angle B is congruent to angle D. If angle A is 132 degree, angle C is also 132 degree. So we'll write here angle B is 48 degree, so angle D is also 48 degree, that will write here. Like this way, by making use of the properties of the parallelogram, we can solve the examples. Rest of the examples we'll see in the next video.